It is Women's History Month, and here in Colorado, many are working to preserve special locations in women's history in our state. Joining us is Annie Levinski, Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of History Colorado. So, lots to go over in a short period of time. But first of all, tell us about the Colorado Heritage and for All initiative. What is it? What does it mean?
Yeah, well, people may know Colorado is coming up on its 150th birthday next year, 2026, and the 250th birthday of the Declaration of Independence in the United States. So we launched an initiative to add 150 sites to the state and national register of historic places that really tell the full breadth of Colorado history, capture stories that have been underrepresented on those registers in the past, and make sure that these places are with us 150 years from now.
Oh, that's okay. Tying that all in to that anniversary is great. Yes. That birthday, that's wonderful. Okay, so let's talk about some of these right now. You have 3 locations, and the first one most people probably are familiar with, but the Colorado Women's College. Tell us about that.
Yeah, here in Denver on the east side of town is Colorado Women's College, and it was first built in 1889. The cornerstone was laid, and for almost 70 years it educated generations of women from all around the country. They wanted it to be the Vassar of the West, and one of the few institutions that served only women in Colorado for most of its history. It later became Johnson & Wales University, which people might have been familiar with, and then that university sold it several years ago, and it's now being converted using historic preservation tax credits, which is an incentive you get once you're listed on the National Register, to develop affordable housing. And families are moving into the campus. There's also going to be educational facilities on site. So it's a really exciting reuse of that place. And that's part of why we want to list sites through Colorado Heritage for All. We want to make sure they have access to the great resources that come with that listing so that they can be cared for and continue to serve our communities.
That's so great. I love that. Okay, now another one, the 8th Street Baptist Church in Pueblo. Tell me about that.
Yes, this is a great site, really special history. Also built in the 1890s, so an important era in Colorado history, over 100 years old. But it was really connected to the women's suffrage movement of 1893. Which was a statewide grassroots campaign to get Colorado voters to agree to give women the right to vote. We were the first state where voters officially agreed to it, and the second state to have women vote.
Such an important moment in Colorado history.
Absolutely, and this congregation was African American. The women and the African American women of the church were very involved in the suffrage effort, founded an association, hosted guest speakers there, and supported women across the state.
Wow, that's so cool. Okay, you have another one in Salida, also a church.
Yes, so another church in Salida, also associated with women's suffrage movement, and that was built a couple years earlier, actually, 1887, but it also hosted speakers, and this was a big part of the campaign for suffrage, is that out-of-state famous speakers. In Salida, the well-known speaker was Carrie Chapman Catt, who traveled here and gave several speeches. But they would visit to rally the women to get excited about suffrage and to spread the word. And I think it shows just how grassroots this effort was, that it was churches and schools and community buildings all around the state where women were organizing to get the right to vote.
I think that's what we sometimes lose when we don't think about that. We think of 1 or 2 people connected to that. But the bottom line is it always begins as a grassroots effort, and you meet people where they are.
Absolutely. Women, hundreds of women around the state, women from all different backgrounds. So African American, white, Latina, all over the state were involved in this effort.
Oh, that's so great. Well, I love this. So all of this is about women's history, and I'm sure there's so much more we can learn if we want to check out.
Absolutely. Yes, History Colorado has programming about women's history year-round, including at one of our museum sites, which is the Center for Colorado Women's History, one of the buildings that is listed for its significant association to women. And we'll be opening an exhibit there in a few weeks called Miss Destiny, about women, historical figures as superheroes and what their superpowers were and how they impacted the world.
Oh, so good. Thank you, Annie. All of it's great stuff, and that's exciting with the 150th birthday coming up. So you come back, all of you come back, keep us posted on everything. Thank you so much.